Hello everyone, I am Sulekha Sharma and welcome to Sulekha Physics classes. It is the most easiest way to learn all the concept of physics through this class. Today I am going to start one new chapter of optics, that is chapter number 9, wave optics. Actually optics is divided into two parts. One is ray optics and another one is wave optics. In the previous chapter you studied about ray optics. Now today I am going to start this wave optics. What is the difference between this ray optics and wave optics, right? In ray optics you studied about the particle nature of light, okay, and in wave optics you studied about the wave nature of light. You know that light has dual nature. Sometimes it behaves like a particle and sometimes it behaves like a wave. You studied this dual nature in the next chapter of this physics, okay. So in ray optics you studied about the particle nature of light, but in wave optics you studied about the wave nature of light. Particle nature of light explains this macroscopic property, okay, macroscopic phenomena like rectilinear propagation of light, reflection and diffraction. But this wave nature of light explains microscopic phenomena like interference, diffraction, polarization, and also we can prove this laws of reflection and refraction with the help of this wave nature of light. But we can't explain these things, interference, diffraction, polarization phenomena, with the help of this particle nature of light. So in this chapter we consider the light as a wave nature. This was first proved by Huygens. According to that one, Huygens wave theory of light travels from one medium to another medium in the form of transverse wave having a speed which is dependent on medium. Speed of light changes when it travels from one medium to another medium. So a speed of wave depends on the medium in which the light is traveling. So according to this wave theory of light travels from one medium to another in the form of this transverse wave having a speed which is dependent on medium. So before starting this wave theory of light, you must know about this wave front. What is wave front? This wave front is a continuous locus of all points of medium which are vibrating in the same phase. Okay, you can easily understand this wave front with the help of one example. Suppose there is a pool of water, okay, and you throw one stone inside this pool of water. Here, this is the point of impact where you throw one pebble or stone, right? Now what happens, you observe that the disturbance produced in all directions, right? Suppose if this medium is air, then speed of light in that medium is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, right? But this medium is water. Here speed of light is also, it moves with some other speed because speed of light depends on the medium in which it is traveling. Here medium is water. So suppose speed of light is v, and after suppose time t, it covers distance vt. So here what is this wave front? This is point of impact. Now from this point it creates disturbance in all direction with which is moving with velocity v, and after time t it covers distance vt. Here the disturbance reaches at this point. This is vt, again this is vt, vt in all direction. This disturbance means wave is created in all possible directions. All these distances are equal distance from this point of impact, and if you join all these points you get one what? Sphere. This sphere is nothing but the wave front, and all the points on this sphere is at equal distance from this point of contact. This is source, right? And all these points are at equal distance, okay. Disturbance spread in all possible directions with which covers same distance, because it moves with same speed v, and after time t it covers same distance. So you get one sphere. This sphere is nothing but wave front. And how you define wave front? All the points which are on the wave front are in same phase, because it is at equal distance from this point of impact source. So all these are vibrating in the same phase, and if you join all these vibrating particles, you get a wave front. Here, what type of wave front? A spherical wave front. Shape of wave front depends on the type of source which you are using. Okay, so you can define wave front is a continuous locus of all these points which are vibrating in the same phase. In this case, you get a spherical wave front. So you can easily define wave front with the help of this diagram. Now, and one more thing, you know that energy of light wave always propagates perpendicular to this wave front. Okay, I will show with the help of another marker, right? Okay, suppose this is a spherical wave front, and perpendicular to this, suppose at this point perpendicular to this wave front is this one, perpendicular to this wave front is this one, perpendicular to this wave front is this line. This line shows, it is called actually ray, and it gives direction of energy of light wave, and it always propagates perpendicular to the wave front in the forward direction. I will explain why in the forward direction, not in the backward direction, after this one, okay, in the next slide. So this ray gives direction of energy of light wave, and it is always perpendicular to the wave front. This one is wave front. In this case, a spherical wave front, and perpendicular to this one is called ray. Ray shows energy of light wave propagation, right? Now, after this one, I think it's clear what is wave front, what is ray. Ray is always perpendicular to wave front, okay? It will be helpful when we discuss, when we prove laws of reflection and refraction with the help of this wave theory of light. So you must remember this one, right? Now next one is types of wave front. Depending on the source of light, shape of light, okay, what shape of source of light you are using, there are three types of wave front: spherical, plane and cylindrical wave front. I will discuss this one in detail. Take a screenshot of this one. Now types of wave front. First one is a spherical wave front. All these classification of wave front is based on the shape of source. So in case of a spherical wave front, source is what type? Point source, okay? Source is point. Suppose this is a point source, so it creates disturbance in all possible directions, and you get what type of wave front in this point source, right? You get a spherical wave front, right? This is a spherical wave front in case of this point source, right? A spherical wave front. Okay, here is the source. Now second, cylindrical wave front. If the source is linear source, right? Linear source means, suppose this is a source and this source has large number of points. So the wave front is nothing but locus of all points which are vibrating in the same phase. So from this point, disturbance is produced in this side, equal distance, this side and this side, both side. Again from this side and this side, equal distance. And when you join all these points which are vibrating in the same phase, you get one cylindrical wave front. Like so, this is cylindrical wave front in case of linear source. Okay. So cylindrical wave front is formed in case of if source is linear. This is cylindrical. Now plane wave front. Either whether the source is a point source or linear source. If it is at infinity, from infinity rays are coming like this one, parallel rays are coming, and in this case the wavefront, if you join all the points which are vibrating in the same phase, you get this plane wavefront, right? You get this plane wavefront. So plane wavefront when the source is at infinity. In this case, what type of wavefront is formed? Plane wavefront. This one is plane wavefront, right? Okay. One more thing, this spherical wavefront, one is diverging spherical wavefront. Diverging spherical wavefront. And in which case this one is formed? In case of concave lens, right? In case of concave lens, what happens? The rays diverges from one point, like this one. This is in case of concave lens. Okay, and if you draw a wavefront, this is diverging spherical wavefront. Okay, this one is ray. One more thing, converging spherical wavefront. Converging spherical wavefront, and in which case wavefront, sorry. And in which case these converging rays are formed? In case of convex lens. Okay, convex lens. In this case, what happens? Suppose the rays converges at one point, right? So in this case, what type of wavefront is formed? Converging spherical wavefront, like this one. This is converging spherical wavefront. Okay, so in this way, like this one, right? So they in 1 marks question it may come, diverging spherical wavefront, draw a wavefront for convex lens, you draw like this one, converging spherical wavefront. So these are different types of wavefront. Please take a screenshot, then we will discuss next topic. Now, Huygens principle. What is this? Actually, energy of light wave propagates perpendicular to the wavefront. You know wavefront, the locus of all points which are vibrating in the same phase. And if you draw a line perpendicular to that wavefront, it gives energy of propagation of light wave, that is called ray, and it was given by this Huygens. So what is this Huygens principle? First statement is, it states that each point on the given wavefront, I suppose one wavefront, suppose here source is point source, so let us suppose this spherical wavefront, right? This is my primary wavefront, this is called primary wavefront. I assume this primary wavefront is spherical here. So it states that each point on this given wavefront, it means this primary wavefront, acts as a source of each point, this acts as a source of secondary disturbance, right, which moves in all possible directions with the velocity of light in that medium. Okay, and this forms secondary wavelets. Okay, so in this primary wavefront, each point acts as a source of next disturbance, secondary disturbance, which travels in all directions, this side, so you get one sphere from this point, again you get one sphere from this point, like this one. Each point on this primary wavefront acts as a source of secondary disturbance, and this is spread in all directions. It covers equal distance, so it is spherical in shape, and this one is called secondary wavelets. All these spherical shapes are called secondary wavelets. Okay. And when you draw one tangent to this secondary wavelet, tangent is always passing through one point, touches one point at the surface. Okay, so this one is tangent. This tangent gives a new wavefront. This is called secondary wavefront or new wavefront, you can say wavefront. or you can say next wavefront, secondary wavefront. So this is second point. This common tangent drawn on secondary wavelength, this is secondary wavelength, and common tangent drawn on this secondary wavelength in forward direction at any stage gives new wavefront. That is called secondary wavefront. So you must remember these 2 points. According to Huygens principle, it is very, very important. It always comes in the exams. First, it states that each point on the given wavefront, it means primary wavefront, acts as a source of new disturbance which travels in all directions with the velocity of light in that medium and forms secondary wavelets. And next, the common tangent drawn on this secondary wavelets in forward direction, not in the backward direction. Waves always travels in the forward direction. I will explain this one because energy always increases, intensity increases in the forward direction, not in the backward direction. Actually, in backward direction also wavefront is formed, but we always take, according to Huygens theory, we always take wavefront in the forward direction. So in this way we get this new wavefront. Again, each point on this secondary wavefront acts as a source of new disturbance, and in this way it creates next wavefront. So in this way wave propagates in the form of wave, and if you draw perpendicular to this wavefront, right, this is perpendicular, this one is perpendicular, this one is perpendicular, it gives direction of propagation of light wave, that is called ray. So in this way you explain Huygens principle. Now next topic in today's lecture, which is last topic, okay, that is Huygens construction. Take a screenshot of this one. Now Huygens construction, it is geometrical representation, okay, of locating the position and shape of new wavefront at any instant. How wave propagates from one point to another point, we can explain with the help of this Huygens construction. For this one, first we consider one spherical wavefront or plane wave, anything you can consider. Here I am considering, suppose this is a point source, and with this point source we get a spherical wavefront. Okay, now how we draw this spherical wavefront actually is primary wavefront. This one is primary wavefront. Okay, now how we draw the next wavefront with the help of this Huygens principle, right? So according to this Huygens principle, each point on this primary wavefront, each point acts as a source of secondary disturbance. Suppose after time t, the speed of light in this medium is v. So each point travels distance vt in all possible directions. So we get one sphere at this point, one sphere at this point. Okay, like in this way we draw a disturbance in all possible directions, each point. Okay, and this spherical shape is called secondary wavelets. Secondary wavelets, right? And next, if you draw a tangent, common tangent to this secondary wavefront in the forward direction, you get new wavefront. This one is new wavefront, or you can say secondary wavefront, right? Suppose this one AB is this AB is primary wavefront. AB is what? Primary wavefront, okay? And this CD, suppose this CD is what? New wavefront. Okay, and from this distance, suppose this is A dash, this one is B, B dash, C dash, D dash. Okay, in this way you draw this A dash, B dash, all these things are what? These are perpendicular to this wavefront. It gives the direction in which the energy of the light wave propagates. Okay, and this one is called ray. And you must remember one thing, this ray is always perpendicular to the wavefront. In this way, we draw new wavefront. Again, each point on this new wavefront acts as a source of next disturbance. So you draw one sphere here, like this one, and again you get, when you draw one common tangent, you get a new wavefront, and a line which is perpendicular to this wavefront gives direction of flow of energy of the light wave, okay, and that is called ray. So ray is always perpendicular to the wavefront. In this way, we can draw new wavefront with the help of this Huygens construction, and wave propagates in this direction, in the forward direction, not in the backward direction. Why not in the backward direction? In this direction always wave can propagate, but if you take this direction, actually one expression is there, intensity is proportional to cos square theta by 2, and you know that all these wavefronts are parallel to each other. So in this case, in the forward direction, this theta is 0. So intensity cos 0 is 1. Intensity is maximum in the forward direction. If you take backward direction here, this is the primary wavefront, this is new wavefront. Here theta is parallel but 180 degree backward direction. So in forward direction, theta is 0. In backward direction, theta is 180 degree. In this case, intensity becomes minimum, and we never want that the light wave which is propagating decreases its energy. No, it always energy, the intensity increases, and it increases in the forward direction. So we always take this wavefront in the forward direction, not in the backward direction. In backward direction, this intensity decreases in backward direction, and this one is for forward direction, intensity increases. So in this way, you explain this Huygens construction. Now with this, take a screenshot of this one. I'm going to end the class. In the next video, I will explain how the laws of reflection and refraction can be explained with the help of this Huygens principle. Okay students, up to then, bye bye. Take care. Thank you. Wait for the next video.